Hey!
Guys, are you ready?
Hey!
That crowd's not getting
So, for one last time, for the ending of Universal, where else? Epic Universe. This is just a quick one for reference, just for other people. So when we got here, usually we get to Epic, go through the gates, go through security, get to the actual entrance where you just have your biometric scan, and usually we just walk through. This morning we got to it and it asked for tickets, and the other 13 days it's never said that. So I went onto my app and the tickets had disappeared. So what it is with ours, we booked our tickets with TUI, and what they were dated the 30th to the 13th. Now I asked TUI twice, does it have to be them dead set dates? And they said no, that's just the date on the ticket. You can do it for a full year, it's just valid from the day you start it. Well, it hadn't, it had expired, hadn't it? So we had to go to guest services. Really nice man called Rocky. He sorted us out. He saw it. Yeah, from the UK. He saw what had gone. He said, yep, no problem. Sorted it out, and he even gave us 2 express passes to make up for the lost time. Not Universal's fault at all, that's TUI. And like I say, I asked them twice if that was the case, and they said nope, everything's fine. But we're in. We've got another 10.5 hours, so I think we'll be alright. Let's get on with the day.
Little lab rats, come close. I won't hurt you. Yet. I sense fear in your hearts. You're right to be afraid. Darkness lies ahead. Now is the time to abandon hope.
I am Igor. My job is to get you through this experiment in one piece. But Igor, I hear you say, where's the fun in that? I agree, you delightful freak. Sadly, this is not that kind of experiment. Look closely. This is a Catacombs Navigation Unit. All you little lab rats and your little lab rat friends get to ride one. You sit, Igor steers, nothing goes wrong. Yes? Don't look at that. This is just the emergency function. All according to plan.
You're bottling out gas. Senator, I'm ready for that.
Yes, doctor. The doctor will see you now.
I am Dr. Victoria Frankenstein. Today, you chosen few will witness my greatest discovery yet. Together, we will finish what my great-grandfather started. They called Henry a monster. They were afraid of what he had done. But you will see. There's nothing to fear. Show them. Lower the lights, quickly. These people are friends. See? There's nothing to be afraid of. He is amazing, better than the original. He is the key to our most exciting experiment. For years, I have studied and controlled the monsters that prowl the darkness. And only one remains. I will control my ultimate challenge. Count Dracula. Calm yourself! That wasn't us.
Silence, creature. I will destroy you
That's enough. These two just don't get along. The Dracula experiment is the last piece of the puzzle. And with your help, the world will never see the name Frankenstein the same again. Open the doors! Our greatest victory is just through there. Quickly, this will change your life.
So we've just used our fast pass, our express on to get onto Mario Kart. So we managed to skip the queue and it was about 10 minutes away.
Yeah, it was like 10 minutes, weren't it?
Yeah, so
But the queue's meant to
the
be
one
80.
time only express came in handy.
So let's go!
Frankenstein, little Frankie. So it's actually a sippy cup. And you buy it once and then you can use it all day in the freestyle Coca-Cola, so you can fill it up, unlimited refills all day. And then if you want to reuse it another day, you just pay the standard refill price that you would for any other refills, which is about $13 or $14. And so then, yeah, you just use it. So this one's quite cute because it's a little Frankenstein. The only other thing I would say about it is if it had a strap, it would be a lot better. It doesn't, so you have to hold it all the time. But it's quite good, isn't it? You're happy, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm only 7 hours holding it, so what's another 3?
I think it's more than 3 hours left. Oh yeah. Well played. And now on to Monsters Unchained.
I probably had it coming. Wait, be careful with this. I dug it out of the ground. This is also the one I used to scratch my butt.
Oh, gross. Stinky.
He still puts he still puts his little grubby hands all over it. No, please. Not on my account. I'm real. No, I know you're real. Yeah. How much for this? It's like 10 grand. What? That's it? 10 grand. In this economy? You can do no interest financing. You are outside of your mind. You don't even know what's going on with gas these days. Is that high or low? Way too high. Way too high. Way too high. Way too high. How much do you think he's worth? Too high. How much do you think he's worth? 5 leeches. 5 leeches? Leeches. Like the place.
So we're just about to go to our final meal here at Epic, and we're going back to Pete's Moon because we loved it so much. And there's the classic logo, licking the lips.
And here lies before you a pizza lunare, famous for its purple crust and lovely chunky pancetta.
And here's my pepperoni no cheese pizza.
Disgusting.
So we both got the same as last time because we really enjoyed what we got. So Aaron's pretty much had most of his already. Yeah, let's dig in.
This is the first of somebody who's just demolished a 12-inch pizza to herself and is now moving on to this, the brownie eclipse dessert. Look at the pure joy. leaving Dartmoor for the last time. I can remember maybe a year, 18 months ago, when I sat there at home with Katie and I said, wow, look, Universal are making a Monsters Universe land, Dartmoor. How cool would it be to go there one day? Just for me, I love horror. I've always have loved monsters. It's just been absolutely brilliant. Yeah, it's always been something I've loved. Probably thanks to my dad making me watch Hammer House of Horror movies when I was about 7 years old. Watching the original Draculas and Frankensteins, Bela Lugosi, actors like that. But yeah, brilliant. So glad that I've been able to do it, and especially to do it with Katie as well. Brilliant. So we're now off to what will be our final ride of any Universal park. We're off to the Isle of Berk, where indeed they have dragons, and we're going to do hiccup swing gliders in the dark. This is an excellent ride. It's basically a family coaster, but just how much thought and love has gone into it makes it such an excellent little ride with a couple of scenes, and it's how we wanted to end our day. So, just a wrap up of day 14 and also the end of the Universal leg of the holiday. Basically done all the parks. We did Epic Universe 6 days out of the 14. Went to Volcano 2 of them, and then the rest were split between Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios. I was a little bit apprehensive before we came because we'd only done Halloween Horror Nights, and I was thinking, you know, we'd not always had the 100% best impression from Halloween Horror Nights, but now when we know what we know and where we've been, we do know that Studios is the weakest of the parks that they have.
Yeah, definitely.
I have to say, if Disney is a 10, Universal is definitely a solid 9. They are not far behind.
Only because of Epic, though.
Yeah, I think Studios is by far the weakest. It's a good park, but you're talking a half to a 3/4 day park for one day, and that's it really. Islands is a good solid park. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a little aging a little in bits, but then obviously they've been adding to it, and there's newer stuff there. Volcano Bay is very good. Can't really say anything against that. That is just a really good solid water park.
Yeah.
And then Epic is a 10.5, 11 out of 10. I have to say it's been bloody brilliant. Really has. We've really enjoyed every minute of it. We've had 14 full days, barring a little bit of weather. It's not become boring. It's not become repetitive. We've really enjoyed every single bit of it, even up to last night. We were seeing and doing new things with the show that we saw last night. Katie?
Yeah, so just following on from what Aaron said, out of the 4 parks, we did put Universal Studios at the bottom, then Volcano Bay, then Islands of Adventure, but they were pretty much not too sure which was best out of those, but the Velocicoaster kind of made that park second, and then Epic just by far on top. Yeah, we have had such a good time. The best part is Epic because of how epic it is. A bit cliche, but it is honestly so good. We've had such an amazing time, and we have done literally everything. And like Aaron said, when we have been going to parks, we have been finding new things each time we've gone. Even when we've watched shows for the second time, we've noticed different things, even during the rides. Like for example on in Epic, in the Dark Universe, in Monsters Unchained, Aaron mentioned something to me, I think last time we was there, in one of the scenes where there is Dracula, in the bit behind him, there's actually his brides attacking one of the carts, like they've torn that to pieces, making it look like you are in danger, and I'd never noticed that before, but Aaron had, and I'd pointed stuff out that Aaron hadn't noticed either. And you can watch things and do things so many times and not actually realise what you are missing. So that is the good thing. You can do things so many times and just see new things each time you do it.
Yeah, and the thing is with Epic, like it's less than a year old still, even though we've been here 2 weeks. It's the end of this month that it's 1 year old. So obviously it's always going to be better. But there is genuine world-class attractions there. And I know some people, and we've experienced it ourselves, mourn a little bit that there's delays to the rides, but we've got to remember they are using cutting-edge, brand new, top-of-the-range technology here. It's like Monsters Unchained today. Now and again, a few of the animatronics, you'll get them out and not working. But you've got to remember, no animatronic has ever been this far forward before. So to have 10, 15 animatronics in one ride, all working at the same time, it is hard. But believe me, when you go on that ride and everything is in working order, it's as good as anything in the world.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that we actually, the first time we went on it, everything were working, because we have been on it a few times where a couple of animatronics haven't been working as they should. Today, when we went on, there was actually at 1.5 animatronics not working out of the total, which we have seen it in action, so it didn't really bother us. But if it was the first time of us going on it, it wouldn't have been the best first time experience. But then again, you wouldn't know that they weren't working because you don't know that they should be. So yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, I've not even had a chance to re-look over the videos yet, but obviously day 3 was our first time in Epic, And I can still remember when I first came off that ride that first time, not knowing at the time that everything was working, but just being absolutely gobsmacked. Absolutely gobsmacked. And we've only had that a couple of times, most recently with Disney, with Rise of the Resistance and Guardians of the Galaxy, and I had that same feeling with that ride, mainly because it is aimed at someone like me who does love it all. But no, honestly, 100% world class. Stardust Races, world class. Mario Kart, again, technology that's crazy, so good. It's just a shame we can't actually show you a video of that ride system, but I'm sure you'll be able to find it on YouTube if you did want to. But just going back to the actual day today, we got to do lots of stuff again that we wanted to do. It was a bit of one of our like favourites days. We basically went from one ride to the next. What's a good wait time? Do we want to do it? So we didn't actually do Harry Potter Battle for the Ministry. The lowest it got to was 80 minutes, and we both sort of said 65, 70 was our maximum. I know a few people tend to think that ride, the queue and everything to do with the queue before you get to the ride, tends to feel a bit better than the actual ride. And I have to admit, for myself, coming off, it's a good ride, don't get me wrong, and it's a very good ride system, but I did feel like I was wanting a little bit more from it. I don't know about you, Key.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the ride. The queue line for it is really good because you're constantly in different rooms, especially when you first go through and you are in the what's it called? Ministry of Magic. And it's all green. It's massive. It's so well done. You actually feel like you have been transported there and you are part of that scene. But the ride itself did have in my opinion, a couple of glitches. I think Universal, and it's not Universal, it's Disney as well, and other places struggle with the faces. So if there is an animatronic, the faces just don't seem right, and it kind of puts me off a little bit. But I think I do kind of have to agree the queue line for that one is a little bit better than the ride itself. But the ride is still good. I'd definitely go on it again.
Yeah, there's no doubt that it isn't. And I think, like Katie's saying, with the face mapping on some of the animatronics, well, if you'll know Disney, they've just replaced the face mapping on the Frozen and replaced it with actual animatronics. And Monsters Unchained are all actual animatronics.
Apart from the pre-show with the face of Victoria.
Oh, I didn't know. I actually thought that was...
It was an animatronic, but the face is like a projection.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There were points, it just didn't look
right.
right.
I didn't know that,
the mouth.
But certainly the monsters, they're all fully animatronic faces, and you can't beat it. I mean, you'll see in the videos when Frankenstein comes forward in that pre-show room.
Well, they would have seen it by now.
Yeah, it's like he's there though. It's like he's an actual monster and he's there.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. We're just going back to the start of the day with a little bit of trouble we had with the tickets. Thought Universal dealt with it very well actually. It wasn't their fault, it was Tui's fault. I'd actually asked twice to Tui about the date on the ticket, and they just told me even though the ticket was dated, it just was 2 weeks from the point where you actually activated it. But we saw a fella called Rocky, who was actually from the UK.
Near Birmingham, I think.
He dealt with us at the guest services. No problem at all. Did it within a couple of minutes, and then, as you'll have heard at the start of the blog, gave us 2 tickets to get us through the express on one ride that made up for that little bit of time that we'd lost when we had got to the gate. So you can't really fault them with that. There's nothing more they could do. It weren't really their fault, and they still ended up giving us extras that they didn't need to do, so we're really impressed with that.
The only thing that we did miss out on is not getting into the park for the rope drop because of that issue, where we normally go to Minecart Madness in the Nintendo World in the Donkey Kong section, because that is a queue that just constantly is such high queue time throughout the day, so we normally go straight into there whilst the queue is a bit lower, but we'd missed that point, so by the time we entered the park the queue was already a ridiculous amount of time not worth queuing, and the express ticket that we did get, we couldn't use it on the Donkey Kong Minecart Madness, and we couldn't use it on the Harry Potter Ministry of Magic either, so those were the 2 we couldn't, so we used it on Bowser's Challenge, the Mario Kart, which at the time we went on, I think it was a very long way on the Mario Kart.
So I think on the app it said 120, but when we actually got to the ride it said 80. and we were on within 15 minutes. So
Yeah.
if you take it as that, we did sort of get at least 40-50 minutes back.
Yeah, so even though it weren't Universal's fault about those tickets, they did give us an express, which we're very thankful for when it weren't even their fault. It were TUI's, but you know, we didn't miss out on much. We just missed out on going on minecart, which we've done in the past, so nothing really missed, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't too disheartened because I think it was 4 out of the 6 days we've been there. That's exactly what we've done. We've got there and gone straight to minecart. So it's not like we haven't experienced it.
Yeah.
We've done it plenty of times. And yeah, just excellent.
Yeah,
Had a really good time.
After that, we went to, I think we went to the Dark Universe and did Monsters Unchained. And then, like Aaron said before, instead of doing each kind of section of the park individually, Aaron was looking on the app for the shortest wait time to see which had the shortest. So we'd maybe go from Dark Universe to I think then we went to Isle of Berk to go on Hiccup's ride, and then we'd go back to Nintendo and went on Mario Kart, and we kind of did flick between. The park is small enough to be able to flick between, but it is still a lot there, so we're a bit between everything, but we managed to do everything that we wanted to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So from what we know now, and obviously of going there 6 times, I would absolutely do it, to be honest, exactly how we did it from the start, which is go to a land, take every single little bit of it in, do each of the rides in that land, and like for us, the first time we went, we only got 3 of the 5 lands done. But then the second time we then went and did the other 2 lands, and that literally did take up 2 full days, but we'd seen near enough everything by then.
Apart from the shows,
but we had done some re-rides where we could have seen the shows, because they are only 20-minute shows, so that's quite good. But I'd absolutely do it like that. And then obviously when you're at a position like we are, where we have seen everything, then you can pick and choose what your favourites are. But just off the top of my head, I think we must have done Stardust 16 or 18 times. Same with Monsters Unchained. I know I've done it 2 more times than Katie, because I did Single Rider twice when she went to the shop. We've done so many times.
Yeah.
Most of the rides, we must have done at least 10 times, some of them.
Definitely. We are, we have both said to each other when we first got to Epic, we are glad that we actually started in Nintendo, in that section, because it is so immersive in there, and we absolutely loved it. I think we spent the first 4 or 5 hours in that park, in that section of the park when we first went there, and it did help that we did have the power-up band. I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah, so when Katie's saying about a power-up band, that's basically because Super Nintendo World is basically a massive play area, and it's got blocks. It's over there. It's got blocks that you can beat with this band. It's got things that you can interact with. You can collect keys, and if you collect keys, you can go into this special ride that you can only get in if you've got 3 keys.
Yes, that's Bowser Jr.'s lair.
Yeah, his little challenge, and only certain people can do that if they've got the keys. So like Kate said, the band was $40, but if you're going for any length of time, get it.
Yeah.
Because that land with that band is excellent. It's the most immersive land I think I've ever been in. For me, if I was doing it and I had a couple of days, like Katie said, I would start in Nintendo, I would then do Celestial Park, I would then do Harry Potter, and then, depending on what day it was and what time of day it was, I think Isle of Berk, yeah, you can do it in the day, it's great, but you can also do it at night, it's great. If you can, I would leave Dartmoor until night. It's still good in the day, but at night, I think that's what it's truly intended for.
Yeah, definitely.
But anyway, we did Dartmoor in the day in the end, just because I couldn't hold my horses and I had to go in. But then I saw it at night as well, and it's like another different land at night. They all are really, really good. Anything else just around Universal?
I'd say Universal in a whole, as much as we did enjoy it, it's very strange with how they have the separate bits of the park. So for example, in Islands of Adventure, we had noticed you queue up. We was in the Harry Potter section, queuing up for, I think it was Forbidden Journey.
Yes, the castle.
In the castle, and at one point you're kind of behind the castle outside, and you can see into the Jurassic Park and Jurassic Park section. You can actually hear the Jurassic Park theme tune, and it just doesn't seem right being in that queue line, but here in the Jurassic Park. And same with in the Harry Potter section in Hogsmeade. There's a little kind of like pub in there, and there's a outdoor seating area at the back, and literally right next to it, the Jurassic World Velocicoaster goes round it, and it just doesn't seem right. You're kind of doing that, but in Hogsmeade at the same time, and it's not got that focus point. So, in my opinion, Disney is so much better at that, having everything completely separate, completely shut off by everything. You can't see a separate land when you're in another one. I think that's what Universal has struggled with, but that is probably potentially because they would had everything there and they're trying to fit everything in a smaller space, so they do struggle with that. But it's a bit like that at Epic as well. So when you're on Stardust Races, you're on it, but if you look to your left, you can see the whole of Isle of Berk, the How to Train a Dragon. I mean, it didn't really stop us enjoying ourselves. It just felt a bit weird when you're kind of not in that land, but you can see it. But yeah, still enjoyed ourselves. That's the one thing that I would kind of would make it better if you couldn't see into those lands when you're in a separate one.
I think Katie's right, but I do also think you've got to bear in mind the scale of some of Universal's rides are way bigger and way more adult than Disney's.
100%.
There's absolutely no way they would have a Stardust Races in Disney.
I wish they would.
You know, an Incredible Hulk in Disney. You know, ones like even Velocicoaster, it just wouldn't happen because they're just that bit more intense. And obviously when you've got ones that are going 100, 150 foot in the air, it's a hell of a lot harder to hide them. But she is right. Epic is a lot better, and there has been more thought put into it. It's just generally the portals that you can see from most of the other lands, unless, like Katie said, you're on a roller coaster and you're 150 foot up in the air. But Disney are better at it. There's no getting away from it. And I think she's also right with the older parks. They've obviously stuff's had its time and they've moved something new in, and then it's hard to force perceptive it against another land. But like Katie says, you know, when you can hear Jurassic Park music and you're meant to be in Hogwarts Castle, it does just become a little bit confusing. Mainly probably more so for children. You know, it doesn't really bother us. We're just wanting to get on the ride. But then again, children
probably won't be that bothered about it. So.
But yeah, there's not many negatives. That's basically why I said Universal's a 9 and Disney's a 10.
Yeah.
Talking of Disney, this Grand Tour, it's its next stop tomorrow. We're going to Blizzard Beach, which is going to be really exciting because that's our first foray over to Disney this holiday. So that'll be tomorrow, Friday. Then Saturday, Sunday, we're at Seaworld. Monday is a big Disney day. We're going to do a little bit of a tour of some of the hotels at Disney. Might pop down to Disney Springs. And then from 7 o'clock, we are allowed into Magic Kingdom because we're going to the after hours event, which will be on till 1 a.m. The day after, we're probably going to be quite tired, so it'll probably be a little bit of a later start. And we're actually at SeaWorld again that day, but it probably will just be a little bit of a later start. And then finally, I think the Wednesday we're going to Busch Gardens. So really looking forward to it. It's like another holiday on a holiday. I feel like we just completed one and we're starting another. But that's the whole point of this present, wasn't it? That it was meant to be special and it was meant to be one of the best things we'll do in our lives.
Definitely. There were just one thing that I wanted to say about today. We actually managed to ride Hiccups today in the dark, which we planned to do that last time, but with the weather we didn't get to do that. So that was our main goal, to finish on that in the dark, and it is really, really good in the dark. I did really enjoy it. I don't know which I prefer, in the night or at dark, but I'm glad we really, really did do it. And Aaron actually saw it. I didn't at the time, but when it goes over the water at one point, and as you're going through on the roller coaster through it, the lights light up in the water, and it just make it a bit more immersive that way. But loved that section. To see Isle of Berk and at night as well, which we hadn't done in the past, was really, really good to see. But
Yeah, they just. I mean, some people. I've read a couple of comments this last week or two from people around Epic, and some people have the gripes, but near enough everyone I've seen make a comment cannot say anything about how the park looks and how beautiful the park is and how well themed and everything. People have gripes about the rides and bits and bobs like that and delays, but nobody can say that park hasn't been put together with love, because it really has. And
it's absolutely incredible.
And
really
unfortunately, unless you actually go and see it yourself, then you'll never actually fully experience it.
Because the pictures and videos don't do it justice.
You can
need to see
you
it.
can see it on these videos, but unless you're actually stood there, and especially when it comes to the night show, and everything is all tuned into the same program, light program and music, you're just never going to fully get the 100% of it. But yeah, we've had an excellent time. I'm looking forward to what comes forward in this next week.
So Universal, over and out.